Hello everyone, this is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. In this update, we're going to be talking about a massive snowstorm coming up for the mid-Atlantic as well as the Northeast by Wednesday and Thursday with blizzard-like conditions. So before I do get started, if you do like weather-related content, please subscribe my channel as I will do daily updates to keep you ahead of the storm. And I do ask you to share this video with your friends and family on social media. All right, so let's get started. Here is the latest update from the National Weather Service. They're calling for a major winter storm to impact the mid-Atlantic as well as the Northeast for Wednesday and Thursday. Heavy snow is expected near and north the I-95 corridor in the Washington, D.C. area, Philly, New York City, Boston, Metroplex areas. Freezing rain to the south and ice accumulations are expected in the northwest, North Carolina. It has crossed much of southwest and central Virginia. Confidence is very high of a significant event causing power outages and heavy snow accumulation. So let's kind of delve into the details. Let me kind of walk you through the surface map and how this is all going to play out over the next several days. We've got a developing system. This upper level low is going to be swinging across from west to east. That's going to bring some another snowstorm into Oklahoma tomorrow on Tuesday. But by the time we get into Wednesday morning, that surface low is going to be racing off to the east, and that's going to bring some more snow for southern portions of Illinois, getting into Indiana, and then starting to change over to some ice accumulations into far western parts of northwestern North Carolina, as well as south of Virginia, and then all rain on the south side for the southeast. But there's a lot of moisture with this storm. And as soon as the surface low gets offshore, that's when, man, the bottom falls out. And they're talking extreme snowfall rates. So by the time we get into Wednesday, early Wednesday morning, getting into the afternoon, that snow is going to break out into more portions of Indiana as well as Ohio, and then start to get its act together as it starts to race off to the northeast, bringing some more snow, kind of the changeover effect by then into northern parts of Virginia, getting into West Virginia. But as we kind of zoom in, this is when it starts really starting to get its act together. As soon as that surface low gets offshore, I mean, we're talking the changeover effect with the dynamic cooling is going to be rapid. You're talking anywhere up possibly 2 to 4 inch per hour snowfall rates. I mean, there's a lot of liquid with this storm. And so as soon as it changes over to all snow, it's going to be lights out with blinding snow, blowing snow, if not almost blizzard-like conditions. This is by 6 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. I think that's when it starts to get its act together. And northern portions of Virginia, southern portions of PA, getting into swinging up the coast of the Northeast. But as we get into midnight, like overnight, we're talking, it has the daytime heating is gone. Overnight, we've got the coolest temperatures that for that time of day. And with that dynamic cooling and the surface low offshore, yeah, I mean, we're going to be talking some extreme snowfall rates of 2 to 4 inch per hour setting up in some portions of central PA by then. So if you go to bed and wake up, I mean, you're going to be waking up to probably a winter wonderland outside. It's going to be almost impossible to travel in those conditions. And the winds, too, are going to be really starting to pick up, 30, 40, if not 50 mile per hour gust at times. So it's going to be lights out, blinding snow where that demarcation line and really starts to get its act together. And northern portions of New Jersey by then, getting into southern portions of New York, and then eventually kind of swinging off into getting into Connecticut and Massachusetts. But look at the winds. I mean, yeah, so I would not be surprised. I fully expect the blizzard watches and warnings to start to kind of popping up over the next day or two in portions of somewhere in the portions of southeastern PA, and definitely probably New Jersey, getting into hugging the coast of Rhode Island, getting to maybe southern portions of Connecticut, where I do think that that surface low kind of remains offshore, where you're going to be tapping in towards closer to the coast, where I do think those wind gusts are going to be a little bit higher than what is going to be feeling into the interior portions. But still, these gusts of 20, 30, 35 miles per hour, even the interior regions of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast are really going to be feeling pretty brisk as well. So as we continue on, and as this upper level surface low continues to push off to the east, and that this is every 6 hour time frame, but this is by Thursday morning now. You can see it's kind of really setting up shop in central PA by then. By then it's been already snowing for 12 hours. You could easily have a foot of snow on the ground by then. And as this swings across, I mean, look at New Jersey. I mean, these are areas that have not seen a lot of snow. I mean, this could potentially be, in some areas, the biggest December snowfall event since 2009. So we're talking potentially a massive snowstorm on the table for you guys on Wednesday and Thursday, as this kind of swings across into Massachusetts, getting into Connecticut, Rhode Island. All these areas by Boston starts to get into the action by now, and this will continue moving off to the east, and this is every 6 hours. So by the time noon rolls around on Thursday, that on the backside we can have some leftover snow showers into Pennsylvania, but it'll be over pretty much Boston by then, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and southern Maine. Now the trend with this system, it looks like it has shifted a tad south. We're seeing a lot of model congruency kind of coming together. This is Monday, so we're talking this is a Wednesday, Thursday timeframe event. So models are going to deviate, and we'll show you all the different aspects. But the trend, the overall trend, we're seeing model congruency that it has shifted a tad further south than what we were seeing maybe potentially 2 days ago. So that almost takes maybe Maine more out of the picture. But as we continue moving on to later on in the evening on about 6 o'clock on Thursday, this continues to bring some pretty moderate snow still over Massachusetts and Connecticut, and maybe Boston is still getting into the action. So you could easily maybe pick up a foot in Boston. And as this kind of swings across to the east, and this will kind of eventually kind of peter itself out. So this is mainly a Wednesday and Thursday type of event. So things are going to start going downhill in a big way. But the European model continues to remain bullish on this system. So I think the heaviest snow is going to be lined up somewhere around central PA, where they could easily pick up almost 2 feet of snow in spots in northern parts of New Jersey, getting into southern New York, and especially along the coast. So this is going to be an unusual, where a lot of these areas are expecting, maybe closer interior events. This is mainly going to be like more of a coastal event. So something you have not seen in a while for this area. And here's the latest GFS model. So I'll show you the different models. That was the European. This is the GFS, and the GFS pulls it a tad bit further south. And of course, this runs every 6 hours. The European runs every 12 hours, but and these will kind of deviate, but it still has the bullseye over central PA, and with a little bit southward shift puts Washington, D.C. more into play with this particular model. But as we continue to look at different aspects, here's the UK Met model. This one more or less aligns with the European, and the European is technically the number one model. The UK Met is number 2. The GFS is number 4 as far as the big 4 models, to kind of just give you an idea. But as this continues to shift, it has that bullseye more or less over central PA, southern New York, northern New Jersey, getting into a little bit higher amounts of, you're talking, look at the chart, upwards to 15 to 20 inches in these spots. So you can kind of see where the models are kind of coming together. And here's the latest NAM model. So let me take this off for you. Here's the mesoscale model. This model only goes out 84 hours. So this is kind of coming into play because this puts it, doesn't even get all the aspects of the storm yet because it only goes out 84 hours, but this is puts it at 6 o'clock on Thursday. So there's still a little bit more left of this storm by then. But on the back side, you can see it's still kind of lining up, even on a mesoscale basis. Almost upwards of 20 inches in central and northern and southern PA. So it still has that alignment of the combination of a little bit of a southward shift and bringing in more of the UK Met and the European model congruency together. So this area looks like to be under the gun for a significant event coming up for Wednesday and Thursday. So stay with me. I'll keep you updated on the latest with this but potentially massive storm that's coming up for the Mid-Atlantic as well as the Northeast. I appreciate you guys watching. Do like this video. Definitely leave your comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to catch the latest update where I protect you before and after the storm.